Good morning. Today we are correcting CO74. I can calculate the probability of compound events. So we learned in the last objective about single events, how to solve those. Now we were talking about compound events. So we have to find each event, their probability, and multiply them together. So a lot of us did not do the assignment. We didn't finish it. Remember, our test is next week. So those of us that are like, oh, I forgot it at school, or oh, I just plain forgot to do it, this is important to know. All right. It's not, oh, I just didn't do it. You must stay on top of your homework. We are testing next week on this. So at the very bottom, we had the bottom two we did not go over yesterday. We went over how to do the top part, choosing 4 red and not replacing any of them. So that was 8 red out of 20, then 7 red out of 19, 6 red out of 18, 5 red out of 17, and it gave us 1% probability of getting 4 reds. Then we needed to choose one of each color and not replace. So we had our 5 blue out of 20, 8 red out of 19, and 7 white. We're down to 18. We do the multiplication, we divide, and we find it's a 4% probability of getting one of each color. So that one is more likely, getting one of each color, because it was 4%, which is higher than the 1%. Now, if you choose 2 marbles from the bag, replacing the first one, what is the least likely outcome that you would get? So what do we have the smallest probability of getting? Why do you think it would be 2 blues is our smallest probability? Dumb? Yeah, it's the smallest number of marbles in the bag. So there are only 5 blue in our bag, whereas there's 8 red and 7 white. So the least amount of color would be the blue one, so that's the least probability that we could have. And it's actually a 6% probability of picking 2 blues. Because there's more reds and whites, if we had red or white in our answer, there's a higher probability of picking one of those because there's more to pick from. Does that make sense? All right, let's look at our second page. We did this first one together. What is the probability of spinning a red? So 1 red section out of 4 and rolling a 5. There's 1 5 on the dice out of 6 numbers. We multiply across, divide, and we get 4%. What is the probability of spinning a blue and then rolling an odd number? There are 3 odd numbers on our dice, 1, 3, and 5. So we have to make sure that we have the correct desired outcomes on top. Multiply across, divide, and it's 13%. What is the probability of spinning a green? 1 out of 4. Then rolling a 1, 2, 5, or 6. Well, there are 4 possible numbers. So 4 desired outcomes, multiply across, divide, and we get 17%. And what is the probability of spinning a yellow? 1 out of 4. Rolling a 2, 1 out of 6. And then spinning a blue, which would be 1 out of 4. We multiply across, divide, and we get 1%. Any questions on any of those? Zelda?
For the ones where you got the 17, I got a 67. I did the right math.
So you had 1/4 times 4, 6. And what did you get on top?
I got 4.
What did you get on bottom?
24.
Take out your calculator. Put in 4 divided by 24.
It's still the same.
Bring it up here. Let me see.
Oh, I see what I did. I just looked at it wrong.
Okay. I'm glad you found your mistake. It's important to do. Any other questions on any of these? All right, let's look at the bottom half. What is the probability of spinning a red, 1 out of 4, then spinning a green, 1 out of 4, spinning a blue, 1 out of 4, and then spinning a yellow, 1 out of 4? So that's 1 over 256. We divide, it's 0.004. So we round to that 100th place, and it's a 0% probability. It is so small. What is the probability of spinning all 4 colors in any order? So up here it had to be a specific order. So it was 1 out of 4 for each one, because it had to be the red, then the green, then the blue, then the yellow. Here we could spin any color that first time we spin. So we have 4 out of 4 chance of spinning a color. Now, whatever color we spun first, we have to take out of our mix. So if we spun a blue, now we only have 3 colors left that are desired out of our 4 colors. Then for our third spin, there's only going to be 2 colors left that we want to spin. And that last one, there's only 1 color left for us to want to spin. So it goes 4 out of 4, 3 out of 4, 2 out of 4, 1 out of 4. Multiply across, divide, and we have a 9% chance of spinning a different color each time. Do you guys understand how we did that? Give me a show of thumbs. How many of us got that one right? That was a little bit trickier.
Very different.
I just forgot to do more.
Do you guys understand how I set it up now that I went through it with you? Because there will be ones like this on the practice test and test where you have to stop and think, what is it asking of me? Okay. If we can get any color that first time, it's a 4 out of 4 chance of spinning a color. Okay. There will be ones that we have to think through. All right, now I flip a coin twice. So I have 2 events of my coin flips. What is the probability of you correctly guessing the outcome both times? Well, if I'm going to correctly guess, that's only 1 opportunity, right? 1 outcome. So 1 out of 2, and then 1 out of 2, which gives me 25%. Now I flip a coin 5 times, so there's 5 events. What is the probability of you correctly guessing the outcome every time? Multiply all those together, and I get a 3% chance. So when it was 2, I was up at a 25%, but now that I have to correctly guess for 5, it falls down to 3%. What was your question, Ava?
Well, I know I got it wrong, but so whenever I did, I multiplied it, I got 1 over 16. I got 1 over 16. I don't know how I got that. And then I got, different.
So, do you have 5 listed or 4?
I still have.
Because
1 over 16.
Right. So if you did 1 or 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, that is 1/16. I think you forgot to multiply that 5th 2.
Oh.
Because that's how we go from 1/16 to 1/32.
Okay.
1 over 32.
Yeah.
So I just think you didn't multiply enough.
Okay.
How many times would I have to flip the coin for the probability of you correctly guessing the outcome every time to be 1 over 64? So here I was at 1 over 32 and I flipped it 5 times. So what I did is I looked at that 1 over 32. If I multiply that by another 2, I get 1 over 64. So that would be 6 times. So I used the math that we used up above to help me answer that bottom one. Any other questions on these ones? So Layla and Jimena, you guys did not do this math because you forgot your binders.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions? Because we should be paying attention.
No, I understood.
Okay. All right, if you're watching at home, I hope you're well, and I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day.